So now we're gonna see asset workflow. And first of all, we're gonna go to our software, so Unity Hub. And from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create new project, and I'm gonna pick this time 3D project. So you can just go here in 3D core and then just create project. So I already did that, and this is pretty much the software. Right now, here we have three main folders: the asset folder, then we have our packages, and if we go into the asset, it's just gonna come with the scenes. And in your case, if you don't have anything here, we're just it's gonna come with a sample the sample scene, but you can add more folders here. For example, I can add I don't know, a materials folder, so you can click here folder and just name it material like that, and you can go inside and pretty much just pick, I don't know, whatever, like let me see, new material or shader. Okay, text assembly testing. Okay, so here first of all I have my main camera. So we have a main camera. I have, well, the directional camera is fine. I have a cube. As you can see here, I have a cube. I also have a sphere, and I have the terrain. And in the game, as you can see, we have the cube and the sphere. So we have that, and the assets, and we have in the scene we have the new material. But let's, I don't know, let me see if I can. Okay, I just move it to the I just move the new material to the scenes, and let me see if I create here, and here I can have material. Okay, new material. So this time is gonna be okay. If I go into the inspector, as you can see, we have the shader, we have the rendering mode, we have all this stuff. I'm gonna go into the albedo, and this time I'm gonna pick, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, like yeah, like this color. Okay, so I'm gonna pick this one, and now I'm gonna let me see, it's gonna be the sphere, maybe the sphere. Let's see. Okay, so now the sphere is purple. Okay, let me see the terrain. I need to go to the scene, so I'm gonna go to the terrain, and okay, so you're gonna do it here, but let's see with the cube, or we can just leave it like that. So one is gonna be purple and the other one is gonna be green. And let's go into the main camera, and let me see, I'm gonna press Alt, and then I just move it with my finger and my laptop here. So oops, no, that's fine. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is how our game is so far. So now, asset workflow. An asset is any item that you use in your Unity project to create your game or app. So pretty much we are right now in the asset folder, and inside we have the scene folder, and now inside we have the material, and right now we have new material. So if I create, let me see, a 3D object, and I don't know, a capsule, and now I have a capsule. So let me see if I can, we can see, no, we cannot see it from the, we cannot see it here. Let me see, capsule. Okay, so maybe just move this capsule, and no, yeah, it was fine, capsule, but now we cannot see it. Okay, so now we have three objects here. Let me see the, okay, so I can let me see, oops, no, main camera, and maybe we can put it over here. And now let me see, yeah, kinda let me see if I can put it like that. Okay, looks like Frieza. Okay, so we have that, and this is the kind of like a white color. So we have it right now. And okay, so this is gonna be the capsule. So right now I'm gonna press all and just move it like that. And right now, as you can see, the color is white by default, but we can change it with a new material. So again, we are in the asset folder, we are in the scenes folder, and now I just created this material folder, and just right click and then create, and then it's gonna be a material. And now we can pick, I don't know, whatever color here. Let's pick another color. Oops. Okay, so now let's pick it, I don't know, maybe yellow. Let me see, maybe, yeah, yellow maybe. And let's just go into the scene, and the what is the capsule? So there's one, so I'm gonna put it like that. So just grab it, so you just grab it and you just pick it up and then just drop it here in this, in the same object, and then you have it. So this is pretty much what we have so far. Okay, so okay, assets can represent visual or audio elements in your project, such as 3D models, textures, sprites, sound effects, or music. Assets can also represent more abstract items such as color gradients, animation masks, or arbitrary text or numeric data for any use. An asset might come from a file created outside of Unity, such as a 3D model, an audio file, or an image. You can also create some types of asset in the Unity editor, such as the Pro Builder Mesh, an animator controller, an audio mixer, or a render texture. And here Unity gives us this import, create, build, distribute, and load. So pretty much once you create your game, so the first step is imported. So we have the model, the images, the audio, then you create, and so like that we are creating something. Eventually this becomes a game. Okay, then is the build. So we have the app, the content bundles, then we distribute it to the cloud, content delivery, app stores, publishers, self-host, and finally the host, that is the gamers, the users. They can play in their cell phones and their laptops, whatever. So this is the asset workflow in Unity. The above diagram shows the typical workflow when you work with assets in Unity. Each column represents a separate step and is described below. So import assets into the Unity editor, create content using the Unity editor with those assets, build your app or game files, and optionally its accompanying content bundles. Distribute the build files so that your users can access them via the publisher or an app store, then load further updates as necessary at runtime, depending on the user behavior and how you have grouped and bundled them. So then we have the import, the create, the build, the distribute, and the load, as we already see. You also have some artist workflow benefits, programmer workflow benefits, workflow considerations, and platforms considerations. So right now what we are gonna see is importing assets. So you can bring assets created outside of Unity into your Unity project. To do this, you can either export the file directly into the assets folder for your project. So we already have it here in our assets folder, and right now, okay, so in my asset folders I have I have scenes, and I have this new let me see, this new terrain. Okay, so I have this new terrain as well, and let me see what else do we have here. So this is the main camera, the direction of the cube. Okay, that's fine. Let's make it, let's just, okay, so I put it over here, and yeah, I put the new terrain just over here, but let me see if the camera is peeking on it. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like, we can, let me see, maybe we can bring this one, terrain, and okay, main camera. Okay, so we are seeing, well, at least, oops, Oops, yeah, I think I moved it too far. So let me see. Let's go to the main camera again, and let me see if I can just slide here. We can just, yeah, we can just leave it for now in that case. So okay, so this is the terrain, and let me see if we can just put the capsule over here. Oops, let's delete this terrain. Let's also have this camera here, this cube. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so now I can move the camera. Let me see, main camera. Let's put the main camera as well here. So now, okay, so now I can pretty much, the main camera is kind of center, so yeah, I can pretty much have this terrain here. You can play around with this like that. Let me see a little bit more maybe. Yeah, let me grab those. Oops, maybe move this one here, this one as well, and yeah, but now the camera is not gonna pick on it, so oops, no, I need to move them maybe a little bit inside of this terrain, so you can play around with this. Okay, so let me, oops, what it was, no, what is the, okay, so we have those two so far, and let me see. Okay, so yeah, now we are not gonna be able to see it, but okay, so now pretty much they are up in the air, so yeah, we're making some progress, and you can play around and move those. Let me see. As you can see, if we go into this capsule, yeah, this cube, it has a position x 29.11, y is 7.65, and the z is -12. So let me see, this one is gonna have a position of 38, so let's just change this one to 29, just like that. So we have 29, this one is 29 as well, and what it was, this is the cube. Oh, okay, so this cube is way, let's just, okay, this is 29, this one is 29 as well, and the sphere, let's just give it a sphere 29 as well. So now let's go for the main camera, and now let me see. Okay, so what is this sphere right now? Okay, we have this the capsule that is in 29. So let me see if you can play around here and just maybe move it inside, so it's, instead of being 29, and this one would be 29, but let's keep it like that. And okay, so now they are inside of the terrain, but now where is the sphere? So the sphere, let me see, the cube is gonna be 43 and 7, so yeah, 43 and 7, let's also put here 43, and y is gonna be 7, so let's just leave it like that. And now let's go to the main camera, and okay, so nothing is changing. The sphere 43 7, cube is 43 7, -33, capsule 29 11 0, so a sphere, let's just also leave it at 0. Let me see, main camera, and again let me check out, and let's look for the sphere real quick. Okay, so the sphere is right here, but okay, so I can see the sphere here, but okay, that's fine. Let me see if I can move it like that. Okay, so yeah, now let's go for the main camera and kind of like let me see if I can just move it like that. Okay, so now I can kind of see those objects. So as you can see in the game, we will have these three: the sphere, the cube, and the sphere, the cube, and the capsule. So that's how you would do it. Okay. Okay, so importing assets, you can bring assets created outside of the Unity into your Unity project. To do this, you can either export the file directly into the assets folder for your project, or copy into that folder for many common formats. You can save your source file directly into your project's assets folder, and Unity can read it. So when you create a Unity project, Unity creates a folder name after your project which contains the following subfolders: so the template, the library, assets, project settings, logs, and packages. So here they're giving us some warnings. In most cases, the items that appear in your project window represent actual files on your computer. If you delete them within the Unity editor project window, you can also delete them from your computer. So Unity automatically detects files as they are added to the asset folders. As they are modified, when you put an asset into your asset folder, they appear in your project window. So in your project window, okay. As you can see here in the asset folders, they have the 2D texture, the 3D texture folder, and they have more folders. So we can do the same. Oops, now let's close this one. I was here. We can go into the asset folders and let's create here, create, and then folder, and let's just name it 2D and then textures, like that. Okay, so here we can continue with this. Let me see. So right now we can pretty much, okay, so no, it has to be in the X. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can just leave it like that for now. And okay, for example, I'm picking up the cube. The cube is in 43. The X position is 43.03, the Y position is 7.65, and the Z position is negative 0.33. Okay, so the next one is going to be 38, but the Y coordinate is pretty much the same, so pretty much the vertical is the same. Well, not the same, but it's 7.212, and this one is 11.64. So let's, I don't know, 7.12 something. So now they have the same or almost. You know what, let's just leave it in 7.12. This one also is going to be 7.12, and this one is going to be also 7.12, like that. So you can do it manually as well. And now the C position is negative 5, and this one is going to be 32. Yeah, 32, and this one is going to be, let me see, this one is going to be negative 33. Okay, that's fine. The X position is going to be 33, this X position is going to be 38. So I mean, we can just put it in 33 as well, but it's going to be just yeah, it's not gonna be like that. So let's just, so 78. Okay, so we have that. Yeah, you can create all those folders and you can just put it inside of your assets main folder. That's how you would import. Now, asset import settings. So here we have the simplest way to safely move or rename your asset is to always do it from within Unity's project folder. This way Unity automatically moves or renames the corresponding meta file. To read more about that meta files and import process, see how Unity imports assets. So we will have the okay, so we are using here the inspector. So let me check, I don't know, let me check this one. That is gonna be the capsule, and the capsule and this, well, there's two capsules, but let's go into the assets folder, let's go to the scene, let's go to the material, and now let's pick, I don't know, this color. So we are gonna just grab it and put it here. And now if we go into the capsule, as you can see, now the new material is pretty much this purple. And now we're gonna have, oops, let me see. Okay, so now what is the main camera? So we lost again the sphere. So what is the sphere? Okay, let's look for the sphere. 70. Okay, no, it was I think it was just 38. Let me see if we see it. Yeah, 38. So now, okay, so the exposition is 38, this one is 33, and this one is 43. So yeah, let me see if I can just move it here, maybe this one as well here. Yeah. So now let's pick this cube, and now let's pick again purple. Let's just drop it here. So I didn't drop it, so I just pick it up, but I didn't drop it. So as you can see in the right, in the inspector, we have the new material is green, but now I'm gonna drop it, and now it's gonna be purple. So you have the standard, so you have mobile, all this stuff, UE, mobile, nature, particles, and let me see, add a component. So this is for the rigid body, for new script. So if you want to add some C# coding, it'll be here. And let me see, what else do we have here? So we have this so far. Okay, so that's how you would use your inspector to change the color or the text or whatever of your objects. Okay, and let me see, now here they doing it with audio. Okay, so with audio, it can be with videos as well. Now asset processing. Okay, Unity reads and processes any files that you add to the assets folder and converts the contents of the file into internal game ready data. The asset files inside remain unchanged, and the internal data is stored in the project's library folder. This data is part of the Unity's editor asset database. So we have that for the asset processing. We have complex assets. In some cases, Unity might create multiple assets while importing a single asset file. For example, when a 3D file such as FBX file defines materials or contains embedded textures. To handle this, Unity extracts the materials and embedded textures as separate assets. When you want to import an image file as multiple 2D sprites, you should use 2D Sprite Editor to define multiple sprites from a single graphic image. Unity displays each sprite defined in the editor as a separate sprite asset in the project window. When a 3D file contains multiple animation timelines or multiple clips, to handle this, Unity automatically defines separate animation timelines or clips based on the animation import settings. The resulting multiple animation clips appears as a separate animation clip assets in the project window. So this is all that we have for the importing assets. And again, you can just go here into the asset folder and you just pretty much create new folder, and from here you can just start creating new materials and pretty much playing around here, so getting more comfortable with this Unity.